Hello and welcome to this short video about the Graduate Diploma in Law at Bournemouth University. My name's Sam Walker. I'm a Senior Lecturer in the Department of Humanities and Law, and I'm just going to talk through some of the key points about the Graduate Diploma in Law and hopefully provide a bit more context to the information that's available on Bournemouth University's website. First off, as I'm sure many will know, this is the course that covers the essential areas needed in order to pursue a career in law. So the content is for the whole year is fixed, and as listed here, these are all the units that are covered that are required by the regulatory bodies in order for someone to qualify or pursue the qualifications to become a practicing solicitor. This does mean the course is very intensive because we do it as a year-long course, which is an advantage. Otherwise, it would take 2 years. So although it is intensive, it does enable that kind of 1 year restart and change to career aspirations, but it does mean that there's a lot of kind of work to do in terms of keeping on top of the assessments and keeping up to speed with the units. But as I say, fundamentally it is about meeting those requirements in order to undertake, for example, a legal practice course and enter the legal profession as a solicitor. So it's a very focused course, but in my experience, the students who enrol on this course are also very focused. So it works well with what the students are looking for, as well as providing that 1 year course. Now, this is really a course for non-law graduates, although we have had some students who have studied law in other jurisdictions, in other countries, who have joined this course in order to be able to pursue a career in the UK. But the crucial then is that we meet the requirements of the Law Society and the General Council of the Bar, and therefore this sets you up essentially for any career in law, and I'll talk about a bit more about careers at the end. The assessments are predominantly essays and exams. There are assessments such as mooting, which test your legal presentation skills in delivering arguments to judges, and there's also assessments that look at your ability to write a letter for a client who will not have necessarily any legal knowledge or expertise. But fundamentally, the predominant form is essay and exam. So the essays help you develop the skills around writing and presenting legal argument. So any law can be disputed, and that's what gives rise to cases and to litigation. So we need to develop, and this is what we teach you, is how to make those legal arguments in a way that other legal professionals and the courts expect. The exams, on the other hand, help us ensure that you've got a sufficiently wide knowledge base. So this makes sure that we've covered the core knowledge that you need to have, and that you've actually sort of gained that. The delivery of teaching is for lectures, is large cohorts. Every student on that unit will have the same lecture. Lectures are very much kind of providing information and expanding upon the information that's delivered in slides or in textbooks. The other element of teaching consists of seminars. Now, seminars will be just those students on a course. So in terms of the graduate diploma in law, that means the students on the graduate diploma will be the only ones in that seminar. And that provides us an opportunity to interact to a much greater extent with students on this course, and also to develop and improve knowledge and understanding where we need to. As this is a postgraduate course, the assessment criteria are at the higher end, but the small size really helps with that. It's also helped by the fact that the teaching team is made up of a mixture of those who have practiced and those who have engaged in academic research. So colleagues of mine who have practiced can provide insights into the workplace and sort of the pragmatics around delivering legal advice and the sort of things that employers, for example, look for, while academics can provide detail around different arguments and different comparisons between areas of law, whether that's a particular law that's trying to achieve a very narrow aim, or whether that is a critique of the area or how it's structured. So you get then sort of both those views are provided and sort of offered to you in that sense. And that can then inform your decisions and also help improve the skills and written work that you produce. Cohort size is normally between 15 and 20 students, so it makes it a nice number, and students tend to be from a range of backgrounds and disciplines. So some will have already had a career and now be switching career, some will have completed a degree and have now decided to pursue a law career. So it provides quite a nice mix of backgrounds and different expertise. Because it's a small size and because students tend to be very focused and committed on completing the course, it does mean there tends to be a lot of support between students for each other, as well as from the academics. So it provides a nice community, a nice balance. And also because students on the graduate diploma tend to be in a fairly unique position compared to other students. So it's nice to have that sense of sort of being part of a team or a group that's going through that. The course does start earlier than the traditional academic year. So it starts in the first week of September because we front load the course with the skills unit, so legal system skills and research unit. And that's because those are skills that are generally useful for all the other units. And the idea behind that is to provide a bit of a groundwork in terms of how do we put legal argument together. So the sources we use are court judgments and legislation rather than statistical data or evidence, historical evidence, for example. So this is an earlier start, but that is to provide you with those sort of skills needed for all the other units. And then the course completes in June, so sort of June is the end of all assessments, so they will have all been submitted, and then shortly afterwards there will be the marks released. So it's and that's timed quite well, particularly if you are looking at pursuing a career or have set up some work experience, for example, over a summer. It means that you've got plenty of time to sort of look at that while waiting for results. The teaching of this course happens on the Talbot campus of Bournemouth University, which is just outside of the town itself, and it provides a nice environment because it has that very kind of traditional university campus feel. So it makes it nice and easy to find everything. The library, staff offices, teaching rooms are all sort of within a few minutes of each other. So it provides a nice sort of environment that's sort of complete in itself. So why BU in particular? We're one of the few institutions that do offer a graduate diploma in law. However, in combination with the other factors, we provide a very sort of comprehensive environment that covers teaching and study, academics to practitioners and so on. So as I said, we have a mixed team of former practitioners as well as career academics who provide that very sort of holistic view of law, everything from critiquing some of the sort of fundamental assumptions that the law makes to pragmatics around how do you deal with a particularly difficult client, for example. And as part of this, we have very good links with local law firms and organisations. So we have currently practicing solicitors and barristers come in and give talks to students. They will provide tips and advice around job interviews, for example. They provide some informative anecdotes about particular instances in dealing with clients or dealing with other solicitors or barristers. And so it provides an opportunity to supplement sort of the study with careers advice, essentially, and to build up contacts. Fortunately, Bournemouth has a very sort of close-knit but very helpful sort of legal community. And so we try and take full advantage of that for our students. And overall, this means then that the GDL course itself and you as students will gain insights from practice, from things, as sort of, I guess, as detailed as what works well on a CV, how to put a CV together that appeals to law firms, that highlights the key things they're looking for, all the way to a broader understanding of the theory behind, for example, medical law and the rules around patient rights or the decision to refuse medical treatment. So it provides both of those elements. So by the end, you have a good understanding of sort of the professional side of things, as well as the sort of critical, sort of broader theoretical understanding of law. So as a complete package, it provides and therefore caters to those who are looking at different things very well. In terms of career opportunities, obviously, as I'm sure most of you know, the predominant careers are solicitor and barrister. However, there are other options, such as a court clerk for magistrates' courts, a coroner, for example, after you've practiced for a number of years. There might be in-house solicitors, or it may be that you go into other non-law professions, but due to the transferable skills, you can sort of easily enter into those. Or it may be that you decide to pursue a career in academia. Perhaps there's a particular area of law that you feel needs a lot more work and critique. However, generally on this course, students seem to predominantly be aiming to go into the profession. So there's careers support, and the program leader for the course will provide advice and be happy to discuss different career options. So if you do feel that actually maybe solicitor or barrister isn't quite for you, there are alternatives. But as I say, they are the main two careers that students pursue. But we do try and provide advice based on what you're looking for. So you should feel confident to ask and to discuss that with the program leader of this course. So I will leave it there, and hopefully this presentation provided a bit more information, a bit more context, and has helped provide a broader understanding of the course and what we offer at BU. But please don't hesitate to get in contact at the number and email address below. And I hope and look forward to seeing some of you in September.